This technique we want to work on is called begging hands. It's for double wrist grabs. Right hand is grabbing the left wrist, and the left hand is grabbing the right wrist. Now, anytime we get stuck in a wrist grab, we always want to strike and going against the thumb coming out. We're going to go over that. Now, first step is going to be a left leg back into a right neutral bow. And from here, we're going to turn our wrist this way, coming out. And that's why this technique is called begging hands, because your hand's going to come up, palm up in this shape. Now, from here, we're going to throw a right front kick to the groin or to the midsection. We could go to the stomach or to the groin. Now, right from here, as we do this, now, left kick is going to come up, is going to catch him either to the chest or catch him underneath the chin. So we're going to take this from the top, step back with the left leg into a right fighting stance. As soon as we go against the thumbs, pulling the hands out, we're going to right front kick to the midsection, and then left kick to the chin. Now from here, as soon as you catch him with the left kick, it's going to straighten him up and push him back. Then we're going to end up in a left neutral bow, and we're going to shuffle forward. We're going to push drag forward into a kneel stance. As we push drag into a closed kneel stance here, we're going to strike with the heel palms right underneath the ribs, and as we strike, we're going to push him in and up. So we're going to try and crush the ribs upward. Okay, we're going to take this from the top again one more time. Drop back, kick, and shuffle, strike. Let's just do this from a different angle also. We're going to drop back, kick, and come up, shuffle, and strike up with the heel palms. Okay, Master, come up, please. Good. Now, grab the wrist. Now, what I meant is, what you want to do, you want to have your wrist go against his thumb, not pulling the other way. Then you got to deal with the four fingers now. So we're coming out this way. See, pulling out this way. Okay. Now we're coming out this way with the right hand, and our left hand is going the other way out. One more time, against the thumb, coming out. Okay. Now, when it's a double wrist grab, as I come out against the thumbs, I'm also going to sink back with my left leg, and I'm going to pull my hands out and away into me. Now, right from here, I'm going to shoot a kick with the right leg, front kick. Now, the left kick, this one makes him lean forward and pushes him back a little bit, so the next one is going to catch him underneath the chin or to the chest area to bring him back up. Now, when he comes up, we're going to shuffle forward. As we shuffle forward with the heel palms, we're going to catch him right underneath the ribs, and we're going to strike and push up. Okay, now let's take this again. Going 1, 2, 3, come up, shuffle as we sink and strike up. Okay, let's take this from a different angle. Okay, I'm going to step back. Now, right away, we're going to throw that kick. As soon as you sink back into your stance, kick and keep him off. Come up with the left kick. Bring him up. We're going to shuffle and strike the ribs. Okay, push him right up. We're going to take this technique a little bit faster now. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! And from a different side. Yes, sir! And try it again. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! We're going to go over thrusting wedge. Now, this technique is designed for if somebody's coming with a two-hand high push, or it could be an attempt of a choke, or even if they already have the choke on you. Now, the first step is going to be a right leg stepping forward into your opponent, and we're going to sink into a right forward bow. Now, as we drop into a right forward bow, we're going to shoot the reverse claw with both hands, and we're going to shoot the thumbs right into the eyes. Okay? But we're going to keep our elbows bent here. We're going to give it a little bit of an angle so we could use our forearms to push his attack, which is both arms coming at you or choking you, away and open him up. Okay? Now, when you want to make your first strike, you're not thinking about pushing his arms out. Your first strike is you're attacking his eyes with your thumbs, and just because you have your arms bent and your elbows pushed out a little bit, you're going to strike with your forearms and clear his arms out of the way. So first move, right leg steps forward, and we're going to strike out, catch the eyes. Now from here, your left hand is going to grab his grab his right arm around the shoulder, and as we're going to yank it down and pull him down to put some weight and bring him into you, from here we're going to drop into a neutral bow, right neutral bow, and we're going to come up with a right upward elbow, catch him underneath the chin. Now from here, we're going to sink into our stance. We're going to stay in the neutral bow. We're just going to sink, drop the weight just a little bit more, and we're going to claw, hit him with the palm of the hand, bridge of the nose, and we're going to tear down with the fingers. Okay, let's take this from the top. So from a tension stance, thrusting wedge, we're going to step into a right forward bow, catch the eyes. We're going to sink into a neutral as we grab the right arm, yank it down, pull him into us as we're doing a right upward elbow. Then we're going to sink into our stance even deeper as we claw, hit him bridge of the nose, and tear down with the fingers. Let's do this from a different angle. So we're going to step in, 1, catch your arm, come up with the elbow, 2, and claw down. And one more time, going to go in 1, forward bow, sink into a neutral, elbow up, and claw down. Okay? Now, let's go over this technique. Master, come up, please. Okay. Now, what I meant by bending your arms, see, if his arms are out, let's keep it at this position for now. When I attack his eyes, I'm going to use my forearm to push his arms out this way, okay? But as he comes to choke me, okay, I'm going to go right into his eyes, okay, and I'm going to push the arms out using my elbows. Now, let's take it from a different angle. Okay, he comes to the choke. We're going to go in. Now, I'm going to grab his right arm, and I'm going to keep my elbow down. I'm going to yank him down. As I yank him down, I'm going to sink into a neutral bow and do a right upward elbow coming up. And I'm going to sink, catch him with the bridge of the nose, with the palm of the hand. I'm going to tear down with the fingers. We're doing a claw. Okay? Let's take it from this angle a couple of times. Comes with the choke. We go in 1, 2, and 3. One more time. Sink into a neutral, forward bow, right forward, neutral, and claw down. Let's do it from this angle once. Okay. Coming in. 1, check down. 2, elbow up, catch him underneath the chin, and you come down with the claw. When you come down, your elbow could be catching his chest also when you're coming down to clear his center line as we claw down. Okay? Now let's take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Let's take it from the other side. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called flashing wings. Now, this is for a right straight punch coming at you. We're going to step forward with the left leg. As we step forward, we're going to into a left neutral bow towards 10 o'clock. We're going to do a left inward block, and we're going to catch him outside of the right punch, at the elbow or above. Now, from this position, as we got him checked, we're going to drop the left hand as an open hand check to check his outside of his right punch. We're going to drop into a left forward bow, and we're going to strike him with the elbow to the ribs. Now, what you want to do is when you strike him with the elbow, you don't want it to sit there. You want it to strike and go through. So as we strike with the elbow, it goes through. And then, now from a forward bow, we're going to stay in that forward bow, and we're going to do an outward, right outward elbow strike to the kidney, catching his right kidney. Now, from here, we're going to do a right outward hand sword, back of the neck, either an outward hand sword or it could be an elephant fist where we've got a tight fist and we're going to use inside of the wrist, catching him back of the neck. So we're going to block, check, elbow in, inward, outward elbow, right outward hand sword or the elephant fist to hook back of his neck. Now, from here, we're going to go to a left reverse wide kneel to check his right leg, to check his height zone. At the same time, the left hand is going to be checking the right side of his body, also checking his right hand. Now, from this left reverse wide kneel, we're going to pivot into a left closed kneel. As we keep the check, now we're sinking lower, and we're going to shoot a right upward heel palm strike underneath his chin, and we're going to lift him up with this strike. Coming up. Let's take this from the top. From attention stance, stepping with your left leg into a left neutral, left inward block. Check with your left hand. Drop into your forward bow. Shoot the elbow strike into the ribs, back to the kidney. Go in 1, 2. Then we're going to chop, back of the neck. We're going to drop into a left reverse white kneel as we check with the left hand. We're going to go to a closed kneel and lift them up with the heel palm. Okay. Now, when he shoots the straight punch, we're going to go outside of his punch. And as we block them, we're going to keep an open hand check, stay right on top and keep contact. Then we're going to slip the elbow to the ribs. Now, as we hit, it's going to hit right back to the kidney. Okay, now let's take it from this angle. So when we block the punch, we're going to go into the ribs, and then we're going to hit back to the kidney. That's going to get him to raise up. Now, from here, this is where you chop back of the neck, or if you make a tight fist and hook it, this will kind of come up just a bit, okay? You see how that wraps around his neck, and it hooks this way. Or we could use the outward hand sword. Now, let's take this from here. When we block and we go elbow in, elbow back, chop. This from the elbow back, the chop strikes right up. Then, as my left hand checks his right hand, we're going to drop into a left reverse white knee. As I check the left, I'm going to check his knee also. Then I'm going to sink into my closed knee, and I'm going to lift him up. Okay, let's try this again. So, shoots the punch, step off, 1, 2, 3, check, and lift him up with the heel palm. Okay, let's take it from this side. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, check, and lift up. Try it again one more time. Block, 1, 2, 3, 4, and lift up. Okay? Now I'm going to take this a little bit faster. Take it from the other side. And one more time. Now we're going to go over a hugging pendulum. We're going to start this technique from a right fighting stance. And your opponent is also in a right fighting stance. They're going to shoot the attack could be a drag up side kick, drag up rear kick, drag up knife edge, or cross behind any of those kicks. Now, from here, When the kick is coming at you, you're going to angle off a little bit. You're going to push drag, go out of the way as we go towards 7:30, 8 o'clock. As we're doing a right downward block, and the left hand is checking right on top in front of your face. So again, from a fighting stance, we're going to shuffle to the side, get out of the way, and do a right downward block. Left hand is doing a heel palm check in front of you. Now, from here, we're going to do a left front crossover. As we do a left front crossover, your left hand is checking, your right hand is going to, you could shoot a middle knuckle strike just coming underneath your body, and you're kind of showing a hug right there. Okay, so from here, shuffle to the side. Then we're going to do a left front crossover, and this left front crossover is going towards 1 o'clock. Okay, as we do the left front crossover, and we go to this hugging position right here. Now, the right leg is going to shoot a knife edge or a side kick, and we're going to catch him back of his left knee, which is the far knee. Okay, now, right at the same time that we catch him back of the knee, we're going to back knuckle him back of the head. So when we catch him back of the knee and he's on his way down, we're going to catch him back of the head. And then we're going to let the left hand, as we drop into a right forward, the left hand is going to heel palm to the left side of his face, go over on top and bring his face around. So from a forward bow, when I sink into my neutral or horse stance, I'm going to strike with the heel palm and catch him to the left side of his face, catch the jaw. Okay, let's take this from the top again. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now let's say take it from this angle. Okay, now I'm going to cross behind side kick. I'm going to angle off to the side. Now, as I cross over, you could maybe if he's just standing there and you're a little bit far, you're not going to be striking. But if you're close enough, stay right there. From here, as you cross over, middle knuckle could catch him across the face. But even if you're going on top, you're going to come down underneath, okay? If he was to throw the kick and he's coming with the back knuckle, after you've checked the kick, you're checking his back knuckle, and you could be middle knuckle striking to the ribs or kidney, or you could be catching underneath his elbow with the knuckle. Now, from here, as we kick back of the knee, right from the kick, we're going to catch him with the back knuckle back of the head also. And we're going to heel palm to this side, left side of the face, go over and bring him around as we check in the knee here. And then from this forward, but when we start to bring him around, we're going to catch him with the right heel palm, coming right side of the jaw. Okay, now let's take this from a different angle. Cross behind side, go off angle, catch. We're going to kick back knuckle, heel palm, bring him around, and we're going to catch him with the heel palm on this side. Okay, and one more time from this angle. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring him around 6. We're going to speed up a little bit now. Yes, yes, yeah. And one more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take it from a different side. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. And try it again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to go over repeated devastation. This is another technique for a full Nelson. Now, we worked scraping hoof and the orange belt techniques, how they're coming with the full Nelson. But at this stage, the full Nelson is getting a little bit closer, and they're pretty close to put a lock on you. So now, what we're going to do, we're just going to sink to the side with the left leg, and we're going to do a
double middle knuckle strikes. These are verticals coming up, and we're going to strike him to the face. We're going to hit him to the face. Now, from here, we're going to drop the elbows down to the side, clearing his arms down, and then we're going to close the left leg. As we close the left, we're going to straighten up the body. We could still be striking with the back of the head to the face. As we close, we're going to shoot our punches down towards our center line to pin his arms. Now, from here, we're going to go underneath his left hand and control his right. I'm going to step out with my left leg. We're going to take a close step. So when we pivot, then we're going to open up and get into a deeper stance. But as I step towards the 1 o'clock, I'm going to control his wrist. I'm going to sink into a right forward bow, facing my opponent at 6 o'clock. And I'm going to shoot an outward elbow to the right side of his face. Then from here, I'm going to go back to the horse. At the same time, I'm going to go underneath his right arm. And with my right hand, I'm going to control his left wrist, grab it. I'm going to step with my right leg towards 11 o'clock. I'm going to pivot into a left forward bow facing 6 o'clock. As I pull his arm down, I'm going to shoot an elbow strike. It's a left outward elbow strike to the left side of his face. And then from this point, we're going to cross out. Okay, let's take this again from the top. Going to sink to the side, strike him to the face, drop the elbows down, close the left leg, go into a narrow horse stance. As we straighten up the body, hit with the back of our head, and punch down to the center line. Now, from underneath his left, we're going to go on top of his right wrist, grab it, step to one, pivot into a right forward bow as I do a right outward elbow strike to his face. Go back to horse, go underneath his right arm, on top of his left, grab the wrist, step towards 11 o'clock, into a left forward bow as we do a left outward strike to the left side of his face. Okay, now, for a full Nelson. Now, this is not, still maybe not reaching the locking position, but it's getting pretty close to it. So what you're going to do is, you're going to drop to the side, and we're going to hit him with the middle knuckles to the face. Now we're going to drop the elbows down, and then as I close the left, I'm going to straighten up my body, pin his arms, and I'm going to hit him with the back of my head. Then from underneath his arm here, I'm going to go on top of his right, control the wrist. As I step, I'm going to pivot, pull his hand, do an outward elbow strike. I'm going to go back underneath his right arm, control the other wrist, step, and do a left outward elbow strike. And then from here, you're going to cross out. Okay, let's take this one more time. Sink, strike down, and straighten up. Turn, elbow, go back, turn, and elbow strike. Okay, let's take it from this side, behind me. Go 1, 2, 3. Come up. 4. Step back and step. 5. One more time. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we're going to do this a little bit faster. And one more time. We're going to go over entangled ring. This is for a front arm lock, and the opponent is using both his hands to put the arm lock on you. Now, from this position, we're going to grab his left wrist, and we already have a right hand in the shape of crane hooked over his left hand, left arm. Now, as I grab his left wrist, I'm going to cross step with my right leg into his right knee. As I step, I'm going to turn his left wrist over my shoulder, And with my right hand that was already craned, I'm going to put pressure on his elbow, and I'm going to turn. Now I'm in the left forward, go facing 6 o'clock as I do an outward elbow to the kidney. Now from here, I'm going to sink into my horse stance. As I grab his wrist with my left hand, I'm going to shoot a right outward elbow strike to the ribs. Okay? Let's take it again. From here, I'm going to control his wrist, turn it, put it over my shoulder, break the elbow, catch his kidney, and then I'm going to control his wrist with the right hand, do an outward elbow to the ribs. Okay, for a front wrist lock. Now you see how my right hand is right over his left arm. So now when I grab his left wrist and I'm going to step into his right knee, as I grab his left wrist, I'm going to come up, catch him with the upward elbow underneath the chin. I'm going to turn his arm over my shoulder, and I'm going to use the right hand that's craning to break the elbow. Now, from here, I'm going to turn and catch him with the elbow strike, outward elbow to the kidney, and then I'm going to grab his wrist. As I sink into my horse stance, I'm going to do an elbow strike to his ribs. Okay? Let's take it from top. We're going to go into this, catch him with the elbow, turn, and break this way, and unwind, catch him with the elbow strike. Now, the reason I had you guys do a cross step, go to your horse stance, put the arm lock. See, if you step forward when you turn, then you have nothing to hit. You want to make sure that you check his width by stepping there, so that also allows you, when you turn, now you have a target to hit for the elbow strike. And then another strike. Let's take it from this angle. Okay, for the wrist lock, we want to turn, strike him, break, elbow strike, control, and strike. You could check from the outside and cross out. Let's do it again one more time. Go 1, break here, 2, and 3. We could check and cross out. Okay, now we're going to speed up a little bit. It's fast! Yeah! It's fast! Okay, let's take it from a different angle. It's fast! Yeah! And one more time. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called Defying the Storm, and it's for a right roundhouse club attack. Now, the first step is going to be right leg going forward. We could step forward and around. We could also step forward and around and into his right knee that's stepping forward to buckle it from inside. Now, as we step with the right leg forward, we're going to do a double block. The right hand is going to be doing an inward block, catching his bicep, and then we're going to check with the left hand inside, catching him below the elbow. Now, from here, we're going to sink in, do the block, and then right from here, we're going to go outside of his arm with the right hand, hooking on top of his right arm, and with the left hand, we're going to stay inside, and we're going to do a push and pull here to snap the elbow. Now, as soon as I do the snap here, it's going to bring his head in, and I'm going to slip that right inward elbow strike going to his face. And then on my way out, I'm going to hook, crane and hook back of his shoulder, and with my left hand, I'm going to grab his wrist, and I'm going to turn it. As I turn it, I'm going to push it up, and with my right hand, I'm going to pull down. So it's going to be another pull and push, and I'm going to step back towards 4 o'clock. So the first step was towards 10 o'clock as we block. 1, 2, 3, drop back to 4. Now, right from here, I'm control the opponent by pulling his shoulder down and turning and pushing his arm up. This is the right arm. Now I'm going to shoot a knee. It could be to the shoulder joint right here to dislocate the shoulder. I could go to the ribs, face, or to the chest. Now I'm going to shoot the knee towards 10 o'clock. And as I knee strike him, I'm going to step forward and I'm going to come with the right overhead, inward elbow strike and catch him to the spine. Okay? Let's take this one more time from the top. 1, 2, 3, drop back to 4, knee to 10 o'clock, plant, and hit him with the elbow, going towards 10 o'clock also. Now, stay a little bit more here. Roundhouse club attack. I'm going to step in, block. I'm going to snap the elbow. As I snap the elbow, as his head comes in, I'm going to slip that inward elbow strike, and then I'm going to grab his wrist with my left hand. As I grab it, I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to push it up. And my right hand that cranes back of his shoulder, I'm going to step back towards 4 o'clock. I'm going to pull down, turn his wrist, and push up to control him. Now, from here, you got to make sure you're controlling him. From here, you're going to shoot a knee strike. It could go right to this elbow, to his shoulder. As I do a knee strike, I'm going to plant forward and strike with the elbow to his spine. Okay, let's take this one more time. I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's take it from this side. Strike a little bit higher. We're going to come up, block, snap, elbow, hook, hook back of his arm. We're going to turn. As we turn this, we're going to push it up, and we're going to pull down with the right hand. We're going to control him here. You got to make sure you're bringing your opponent into you. I don't want you to end up like this, leaning forward. You got to make sure when you step back, you pull him into you, so your back is going to be straight. Now you're going to do a knee strike and plant forward with the elbow overhead. Okay, let's take this side one more time. Go in, 1, 2, 3, hook, 4, bring him into you, knee and elbow strike. Okay, now we're going to speed it up a little bit. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! One more time. Yes, sir! Yeah. Yes, sir! Yeah. Yes, yeah. Next technique is called raking mace. This designed for a two-hand grab and pull in. Now, as we pin the opponent's hands, both hands on top, and we're going to use that force that he's given us by pulling us, we're going to step into him. And as we step with the right leg, right between and through his legs, we're going to shoot a right uppercut. Use that middle knuckle, and we're going to catch him to the midsection. So we're going to pin on top, we're going to step in, and we're going to strike him down low. Now, this is going to push his upper body back a little bit and kind of stretch his arm. So now, right from here, we're going to take that, and as we clear his arms, with the lower part of our arm, forearm, we're going to clear his arm, and with the upper part, we're going to catch him across the nose, catch him across the face. Okay? So we're going to use this whole thing after we strike him to the midsection to go around, catch him across the face, and clear his arm. Now, right from here, we're going to shoot a right outward hand sword to the right side of his neck. And as we shoot the outward hand sword, we're going to leave the hand sword there. We're going to shuffle up. As we push off the back leg, we're going to collapse the elbow. And from this side, we're going to heel palm. So we shoot the chop, leave it there, and move in and collapse the elbow as we catch him with the heel palm from the other side. So it's going to be a two-hand grab, pull in. As he pulls me in, I'm going to check on top with my elbow sinking down low. And I'm going to strike him to the midsection to push him back, stretch his arm. Now, when I go around, I'm going to use this part to clear his arms, and I'm going to catch him across the face. That's your mace that's raking. Now, as I catch him with the chop, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to shuffle and collapse the sandwich. Leave the chop, shuffle, and we heel palm from the other side. We're going to do the sandwich. Now, let's take it from the other side. So he's going to pull us in. I'm going to step into him. Now I'm going to clear his arm and catch him, bridge of the nose or across the face. Now I'm going to chop side of the neck from here, leave it there, and collapse the sandwich. Okay, one more time. He pulls, I'm going to go in with him, clear the arm, catch him to the face, chop, shuffle, and collapse the sandwich. Okay. Now I'm going to speed up this a little bit. Yes, sir! Yes! Yes, sir! Yes! Yes, sir! Yes! Yes, sir! Yes! This technique is called snaking talon. Now, it's designed for a two-hand high push. Now, your first move, what you're going to do is, with your right hand, it's like you're going to be doing an inward and outward block, but it's going to be going kind of like a figure eight. And what I want you to do is, when you're checking both hands pushing you, I don't want your elbow to let it go up. I want this elbow to stay down. When you do your crane, you got the snake head this way, and you're going to go on top of the left hand, down and underneath on top of his right hand. Now, a quick example here. If you were to, let's say this is a piece of chalk, and you were drawing figure eight on the board with this end of it, doing this. This is your figure eight. You see how the two circles are empty, and you're not covering those areas. Now, instead of using the chalk in this manner, if you take it and turn it around, and use the whole side, and now we draw the figure eight, but the two circles are covered because we're using this whole thing going across. Okay. Now, from getting a good understanding from this explanation, now we're going to use our forearm as that chalk. Okay, and when the two-hand push comes, our left hand is going to be checking outside of his right hand, but our main blocking is going to be done with the right hand, where we make the figure eight, and we use this whole thing coming across, and we're going to go on top of his left and down and around on top of his right and snake around, and now we're going to check his arm. From this position, we're going to throw a front kick to the midsection, to the groin, and then from here, we're going to plant. As we plant, we're going to go to a spinning rear kick. This first kick is going to go low to the groin, spinning rear, and then the second kick is going to go up high to the chest or to his face. Okay, let's take this again from the top. We're going to drop back, do a snake, front kick here. You got to make sure that as you drop back into a good strong stance, the front kick going to shoot right away to keep him off of you. We're going to go one, plant, low kick, second one up high. Okay. Now, with the two-hand push, I want you to, as your left hand checks his right, your right hand is going to be snaking on top of the left and down and on top of the right. But we're going to use both hands, okay, to make the snaking. And when we check it, this right hand is going to be on top of his left, and it's automatically checking his left also. Then we're going to front kick. When we plant, next kick going to be to the midsection, and the next one is going to lift him up to the face. Okay, this could be done the other way around also, meaning if we catch him to the midsection, we're going to spin and go to the chest or to the face to lift him up, and then the next kick to the midsection again, okay, depending how you set him up. Let's take it from the other side. So it comes with a two-hand push, drop back, make your snake, kick. Now, right from here, plant, spinning rear, and another spinning rear. Okay, and one more time. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to cross out. Let's take this a little bit faster now. Okay. Time. Okay, let's take it from the other side. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next technique is called shield and mace. Now it's for a step through right punch, and we're going to take our left leg step towards 10 o'clock. As we step forward into a left neutral bow, now at the same time, our right hand is going to be doing a vertical outward block. That's where your shield is. And then we're going to shoot a left straight punch to the ribs or to the kidney. That's where your mace come in. So it's going to be together. As we step off and we go outside of the punch, we're going to do an outward block, and at the same time, we're going to punch. Now, right from here, the right hand is going to stay inside your left hand, and as we stay inside, we're going to drop to a forward bow, left forward bow, and we're going to strike with the right hammer fist using our forearm also, dropping it down to the kidney. We're going to strike to the kidney. Right from here, we're catching his right kidney. And at the same time that we strike with the right hammer fist to the kidney, the left hand is going to come up and check on top, checking his arm. Now, right from this strike, we're going to let the left hand continue to check, and the right hand is going to come down and around in front of the opponent and is going to claw and go across his face. Now, from this position, we're going to go down again with the right hand as the left hand is circling up. Now, left hand is going to circle up to strike back of the shoulder, and the right hand is going to strike with the right hand sword, outward hand sword, back of the right knee. And from here, to adjust our height, we're going to sink into a left closed kneel stance. So we strike back of the knee. Now, right from here, with the right leg, we're going to shoot a side kick back of his left knee, and then we're going to cross out. And we're done with the technique. Let's take it again from the top. Going 1, 2, to the kidney, check, claw, and check, chop, back of the knee into a left closed kneel, side kick back of the knee, and cross out. Okay, you're going to step through a right punch, step through right. We're going to step off. As we check, we're going to punch down low to the ribs or to the kidney. Now, right from here, as the hammer fist drops to the kidney, the left hand is going to circle outside and check his arm, and we're going to drop into a forward bow. We're going to check, we're going to come up and claw and tear with the fingers, cross his face. As we do this, then the right hand is going to circle down back of his knee to do a hand sword, and the left hand is going to circle up back of the shoulder to check his upper body. And we're going to sink into a closed knee. And then the right leg is going to side kick back of his knee, and we're going to cross out. Let's take it one more time. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's take it from a different angle. Okay, right from here, step in, 1. As we clear it out, then drop the hammer fist, right his back, check. And then check the hand, claw with the right hand, sink into a kneel as you circle out, and hand sword back of the knee as you check the shoulder, and we're going to kick back of the knee, and you cross out. Now let's just take this technique a little bit faster. Yes, sir, sir. Okay. Yes, sir, sir. Take it from the other side. Yes, sir, sir. Yeah. Yeah, one more time. Yes, sir, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir, sir. Yes, sir, sir. This technique is called retreating pendulum. We're going to take it from right fighting stance. The attack is coming from 12 o'clock. It's a cross behind rear kick, back kick, cross behind side kick. with the right leg. So now from here, we're going to take the right leg. Instead of dropping straight back to a twist stance, we're going to hook it around a little bit to get our body out of the way. So the kick is coming from 12. We're going to hook it around, and at the same time, we're going to do a right downward block. As we do the right downward block, the left hand is going to come up on top and parry and check. So one more time from here, we're going to check the kick, block the kick, as we check from here. Now, right from this position with the right leg, we're going to shoot a side kick, and we're going to be catching the back of his left knee. As we shoot the side kick back of his left knee, the right hand is going to continue from the block, go up and around, and come with a hammer fist. So when we kick, the right hand's coming around, shoot a hammer fist back of his neck. Now from here, we're going to drag up. As we drag up with the right leg, we're going to scoop the groin, or we're going to scoop inside his right knee. As we scoop, then we're going to complete the circle by buckling and pushing him that way. Okay. Now let's take this from the top one more time. We're going to hook around, check the kick, kick him back of the knee, hammer fist back of the neck. We're going to drag up, scoop the groin, and we're going to buckle him and pushing him forward. Okay. Now, if he was coming from 12 o'clock to kick me, when I cross behind, I want to get out of the way and kind of invite him in a little bit. Now, from here, as soon as I drop back into this stance, I'm going to shoot and take his knee. And as I take his knee, I'm going to come up with the right hand and catch him with a hammer fist back of the neck. Now we're going to drag up, scoop the groin with the right heel. As I scoop, then I'm going to shoot my leg, ball of the foot, then I'm going to drop my heel down to buckle him and throw him forward. Okay? Let's take this again one more time. This time we're going to do it from a different angle. Okay. So one thing I want you to do is, when he kicks, as soon as you drop back into your stance, you're going to come out and shoot that kick right away. So as soon as we drop back, boom, we're going to kick right back. Let's take it from the top. We're going to block the kick and kick right away. Come with the hammer fist, back of the neck. Then we're going to drag up, scoop the groin with the heel. As we scoop up, we're going to come down and buckle and throw him forward. Okay, now, also, when he kicks, and we take him down and we kick and hammer fist, we could scoop the groin and buckle the knee. Okay? Well, the way you're buckling is, you put your foot down and you sting on the ball of your foot, then you're going to drop your heel down and lock the knee. That's what's going to push him forward. Okay? Let's take this a little bit faster from the top. Okay, one more time. It's This technique is called tripping arrow. It's for a bear hug from front with your arms free. Now, what we're going to do here, with the left hand, we're going to grab his shoulders and we're going to keep the elbows tucked in. And as we grab his right shoulder, we're going to pull it down, and at the same time, we're sinking with the left leg to the side, to the horse stance. So we're going to grab the shoulder, sink to the side, pull the shoulder down, put weight on his legs, and the right hand is going to come up and do a heel palm strike to the left side of his jaw. So we're going to sink to the side, pull, as the right hand come up, strike right to the side of the face. Now, from here, as it strikes, we're going to complete our circle with the right hand, coming back into our body, and it's going to shoot out with the heel palm to his chest again. So now, from here, we strike side of the jaw, and what I'm going to do with my right leg, I'm going to go around him and step to the horse stance. I'm going to go around his right leg and stump. Get him to lose his balance. As I get around him and stump, I'm going to take him down, dropping to a left forward, but facing 10 o'clock. And the heel palm strike, that's where it hits to his chest and takes him down. Now, you're controlling his arm when you're taking him down. So his elbow might end up on your knee, and you could break the elbow at the same time. Then you're going to finish him off with a heel kick going to the face, and we're going to cross over away from him. Okay? Let's take it from the top again. We're going to grab the shoulder, sink to the horse stance, heel palm. We're going to get around his leg, stump, and take him down, dropping into a forward bow with the heel palm. And we're going to heel kick to the face and cross out. Okay. Now, this is for a bear hug from front, arms free. We're going to sink to the side. As we sink to the side, we're going to use the left hand, grab his right shoulder, keep the elbow close, and we're going to sink. Now, right from here, we want to put some weight on his leg. We're going to heel palm, strike side of his face. As we strike, we're going to get around his leg, and we're going to stump. As we stump and he's starting to lose his balance, I'm going to lock, go to a forward bow, and heel palm strike to the chest and take him down. Now, right from here, we're going to heel kick to the face, and we're going to clear the arm out of the way and step out. Okay? When we clear the arm, on his way down, he could be coming down with the elbow on your knee, so you could catch the elbow. And then when you heel kick to the chin, then you're going to clear his arm out of the way. You could stump the wrist with your heel, stump the wrist, and then you're out. Let's take it from this side one more time. So sink to the side, get around, stump, and take down. Catch his elbow, heel kick to the face, clear the arm out of the way, stump the wrist, and you're out. Let's take it from a different angle. Sink, heel palm strike, get around, take him down, heel kick to the face, clear, and stump. Okay, now we're going to do this a little bit faster. Come on. Yes, 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 sir. Let's try it again. Yes, 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 sir. And come on. Okay, we take it from different side. Yes, 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 sir. And try it again. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This technique is called fallen cross. It's for a rear two-hand choke. Now, the first part of it has some similarities to cross of destruction, where we drop, but this time, instead of turning clockwise, we're going to turn the upper body counterclockwise. Now, we're going to use both hands to control his wrist, and we're going to pull him down, but at the same time, we'll sink with the left leg. We're going to turn the upper body counterclockwise just to get him off balance a little bit. Now, from this point, I'm going to, with my right leg, I'm going to step forward towards 10 o'clock. As I step, I'm going to cross his arms. Now I'm in a left neutral stance facing 4:35 o'clock. I'm going to cross his arm, control him. Now, from here, I'm going to pull him right into my knee strike. I'm going to pull his arms right into my knee strike, and right from there, I'm going to shoot a front kick to the midsection. And as I step forward, as my right leg plants forward, I'm going to check with the left hand and shoot a right inward horizontal elbow strike to the left side of his face. Okay, let's take this from the top one more time. Rear two-hand choke. I'm going to control the wrist, sink with the left leg to the side, and turn the upper body counterclockwise, and continue stepping with the right leg towards 10 o'clock. I'm going to turn around facing 4 o'clock. Cross the arms. I'm going to pull him right into the knee strike. Pull his elbows. We're going to catch his elbows. And then from here, shoot a front kick to the midsection. Plant forward with the right leg. Check with the left hand as we shoot a right inward elbow strike. Okay? Good. Okay. Let's take it from this angle. For a two-hand choke, we're going to control the wrist, sink to the side, pull him, and at the same time, we're going to turn the upper body.
Now I'm going to step out with my right leg, coming out. Now I'm going to cross his arms. Now the next move, I'm going to shoot a knee strike underneath his elbow, but at the same time, I'm going to pull his arms into my knee strike. This way. Now I'm going to shoot a right front kick to the midsection. I'm going to step forward, check, and shoot the elbow strike to the left side of his face. Let's take this one more time. Sink to the side, turn, come out, cross his arms, knee strike, kick, and elbow strike. Okay. Now let's take it from a different angle. Sink to the side, turn, come out, cross his arm with the knee strike. We're going to lift him up, and then we're going to kick, check, elbow strike. One more time. Drop, turn, come out, knee, kick, and elbow strike. Okay, now let's take this a little bit faster. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, one more time. Yes, 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 yeah, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Next technique we're going to work on is called returning the storm. Now, before I explain the technique, I want to show you something. Let's take this mat area, which is shaped like in a square. If I draw a circle inside this mat area, there are 4 areas that this circle, which is inside the square, is not going to be covering. And those are going to be the corners of the square. And those are called the zone of sanctuaries, where this circle motion is not going to be covering it. Now, having that in mind, we're going to go over this technique. First of all, we're going to be in a right fighting stance to start this technique. It's for a roundhouse club attack that's coming to hit you. And then when you drop away from it and he misses you and he passes, then he's going to come back at you. So the right hand is swinging in with the club attack. You make him miss, and he's going to come back and hit you. So we're going to take this square here. When he swings, what we're going to do is we're going to drop away, being in a reverse cat stance, or taking the weight off, just moving away, shuffling away. Take the weight off the front leg, going to this corner. Now, when he swings back, we're going to go in, step forward, going towards this corner, and we're going to step back to this corner, and we're going to kick and finish going towards the other corner. Now, let's work some details on this technique. When he swings and he misses by you dropping away from him, then as he swings back, you start with your right hand checking, and when you do a left step through forward, right back of his knee, and your left hand is going to do an inward block right at his elbow. Now, from this point, you're going to use your right hand that's locking his wrist, and your left inward elbow to strike to his elbow. You're going to turn him around and force him to come around in front of you from going to this corner. Now, from here, we're going to pull the club out if he's still holding on to the club, and we're going to kick him to the midsection with the right leg. And as we plant forward, we're going to stab him with the club. And if the club is out of his hand, already away from him, when we kick, we're going to plant forward, and we're coming with the lifting back knuckle to the face. Okay. Now, from here, when he swings, we're going to move away from him. This is called, could be a reverse cat stance. It looks like a reverse closed knee, but we don't have too much weight on it. We're pulling away. That's why it's called a reverse cat stance. Okay. Now, from here, when we move away, as he comes back, I'm going to check with the right hand, and I'm going to step forward with my left leg right around his knee to check that leg, and the left hand is going to elbow inward block strike to his elbow. Now, this is going to stay here with your knee, and we're going to use the right hand. As I step back, I'm going to bring him around. Now, from here, as I pull the club out, I'm going to kick. At the same time, I pull the club out. And when I plant forward, I'm going to stab with it. Okay, now let's take it from this angle. So when he swings in, I'm going to make him miss and then go right into him. Bring him around, pull the club out as I kick, plant, and stab him with it. One more time. He swings, we make him miss, we go back into him and bring him around. Control him, kick, plant forward, and stab him. Let's take this a little bit faster now. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yeah! Okay, let's take it again. Yes, sir! 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 Yeah! Yes, sir! 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 Yeah! Yes, sir! 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 Yeah! Next technique we're going to work on is called cross twigs. This is for your opponent being from behind you, grabbing your wrist, both wrists from behind. Now, we're going to take the first step with the left leg. We're going to step towards 12 or 12:30, 1 o'clock. As we step towards 12:30, 1 o'clock with the left leg, we're going to pull him in. Right now, we're in the left forward bow, towards 1 o'clock, let's say. Now, as we grab his wrist, lock onto his wrist, and pull him with us. So he's grabbing your wrist. You're going to step forward and grab his wrist and pull him with you. Now, right from here, you're going to turn around facing him. You're holding onto his right wrist here, and you're still holding onto his left wrist behind you. You're going to hit him with the elbow to the face, and you're going to take his arm and take it through your body this way over. So you're going to cross him, and you're going to bring him to the right side of your body. Now, from here, you're going to let go of your right hand, let go of his right wrist with your right hand, and you're going to circle up and over his body. You're going to hit him with the elbow strike to the spine. And then from here, you're going to let go of his left wrist with your left hand, come around dropping double heel palms to his body, and we're going to knee strike to the groin or to the ribs. Okay, let's take it again. So we're going to step forward, pull him in, turn around, elbow to his face, bring his arm around and circle up, drop the elbow on his back, drop double heel palms. It could be to the back of his ribs, or it could be to the kidneys, and then we're going to go strike with the left knee to the groin. Okay. Now, from here, as I step forward, I'm going to hook his wrist. As I'm going to lock him, bring him forward here. I'm going to pull with this left hand also, so I turn around, strike with the right elbow, right to his face, controlling his right hand, bring it down. And then I'm going to let go, circle up, drop the elbow to his spine. Now I'm going to drop both heel palms to the kidneys, and then I'm going to shoot a knee and plant back. Okay, let's take it one more time. Going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's take it from this angle. Okay, so when you step forward, right away you're going to hook up and grab his wrist, and with your step you're going to pull him in and turn around, hit him with the right elbow, bring his arm around, drop the elbow. Now drop the heel palms to the kidney. You could pinch and then shoot the knee. Let's take this technique a little bit faster now. Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, one more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, let's take it from a different angle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next technique is called twist of fate. Now, this is for a two-hand high push. This time when we drop back with the right leg to a left fighting stance, as we hook inside his arms to hook on top of it, now, I want you to kind of try and grab him and hook him down a little bit so you put some weight on the legs also to check out his height zone. Just for a moment so you could do your next strike, which is going to be a right nice knife edge kick. So we're going to drop back with the right leg, hook on top of his arm. Now with the right leg, we're going to shoot a knife edge kick. This is kind of like a knife edge, and we're going to kind of step on him also. So as we kick, we're going to push it down a little bit diagonal, again to check out his height zone. Now, right from here as we kick, and so when we plant forward with the right leg, we're going to cross his right arm right underneath his left, okay? We're going to cross his arms. Actually, it's going to be his left going underneath his right. Now, from here, I'm going to go underneath his arms, above my head. I'm going to take a step, small step with my left leg, and then I'm going to take a complete step with my right leg, bring him down in front of me with his arms covered, cross over his head. And then as soon as his head hits the ground and it's bouncing back up the upper body, I'm going to pull him up a little bit and shoot a right knee right back of his neck. Okay, let's take it from the top. I'm going to drop back, hook on top of his arm, kick him to the midsection, cross his left underneath his right. Then I'm going to take a small step with my left and a complete step with the right leg, let him hit the ground, and then bring him back up. We're going to shoot the right knee, straight right knee back of his head or to his neck. Let's take it from a different angle. We're going to drop back, hook, kick, cross his arms, step and step, bring him down. Lift him up, shoot a knee, and that's the end of the technique. Okay, come up, Masood. Good. Okay, let's take it from here. Now, it comes with a two-hand push. When we check the arms out, we're also going to hook it down a little bit. Now, from here, with the right leg, I'm going to throw the knife edge kick to the midsection. But when I kick, I'm going to kind of step on him too also, just to keep the upper body right there. So from the kick, as I plant, I'm going to cross his arm right underneath the other one. Now from here, I'm going to go underneath his arm. I'm going to take a small step with my left, and I'm going to use his own arm, his own left arm, to put the pressure on his elbow and to get him to turn around. Now when I step back with my right leg complete, I'm going to have him hit the ground. Right now, I'm just helping him go down because I don't want to hurt, but you got to bring him down, let him hit the ground. Now, as soon as he hits the ground and his head comes up, we're going to help him up a little bit, and then we're going to shoot a knee right back of his head. Okay, come up. Let's try this again. Two-hand push, hook, kick, cross, step, bring him around, lift him up, and shoot the knee. Come up. Let's try it from a different angle. This is probably one of the hardest techniques to dummy up in this system, so you're really going to have to be careful with each other. Two-hand push, hook, kick, cross the arm, step, bring him around, lift him up, and shoot the knee. And we drop him again. Now we're going to do this technique. We're going to speed up a little bit. Next technique is called flashing mace. This is for a step-through right punch. Now, depending on how close or how far your opponent is from you throwing this punch, you could either step forward with the left leg, make the break, or we could drop back with the right leg and make the break. Either way, we're in a left fighting stance. Now, let's take it with the right leg dropping back into a fighting stance. As we drop back with the right leg to shoot the left inward block, being in the left neutral bow, to shoot the left inward block outside of his right arm. At the same time, the right hand is going to come up, so we're going to make a break here. We're shooting outside and inside. Break the arm. Now, as we break the arm, the right hand is going to come out free, and the left hand is going to stay outside of his right punch, checking. Now, from here, if our right leg is at 5 o'clock and opponent is at 12 o'clock, I'm going to do a right step through forward towards 11 o'clock. Now, as I do a right step through forward, I'm going to catch him with a hammer fist right underneath his eye. Okay, so from here, I'm going to step forward towards 11, catch him with a right hammer fist, and then from here, I'm going to turn and drop into a left forward bow facing 6 o'clock. And at the same time, I'm going to shoot a right heel palm strike, checking his right hand, and the left hand is going to be doing a back knuckle, outward back knuckle to the ribs. This is going to be done together. From here, I'm going to check his right hand down with my right hand, and then I'm going to come out on top of it with my left hand, do a Chinese check, waiter's block right on top, checking it. Then I'm going to sink into a kneel stance. As I sink into a kneel stance, I'm going to do a upward looping back knuckle coming up to his face. Now, right from here, I'm going to turn around into a cat stance, and we're going to do a takedown and take him down. And this takedown is going to be done with buckling, and we're checking, and we're striking to his chest on top, so we're using a scissor action here. Okay, now, let's take it from top again. We're going to drop back, make the break, check, step through, hammer fist, turn with the back knuckle, and heel palm strike. Going to check on top of the arm, and then check with the left hand. Sink into a kneel stance. As we check with the left, we're coming with the right hand, lifting, back knuckle here, coming up to the face. Right from here, we're going to turn in place into a cat stance. Now I'm into a right 45-degree cat stance facing 10 o'clock. As I let my right hand go through, I might be checking and striking with the elbow also. As the left hand checks on top, now I'm going to take his leg, sweeping this way, and I'm going to strike him on top to the chest and cause a takedown. Okay. For a step through right, we're going to drop back, make the break this way, shooting an inward block, and coming up with the right hand, we're going to cause the break right there. Now, your right hand, after you make the snap, let it come free here as your left hand continues to check. Now, we're going to shoot a hammer fist, and we're going to catch him underneath the eye. As I do this, I'm going to step through and turn. As I turn, I'm going to hit with the back knuckle and the heel palm. Then I'm going to check on top of the arm, and I'm going to come up and check again. Now, this is going to bring him down into this lifting, coming up to his face. Now, right from here, we're in a kneel stance. As this comes up, I'm going to let it go over my head and turn. The right hand is going to pass through, clear the path here, and then as I catch him across the chest, I'm going to take him down by sweeping. Okay, come up. There's different ways of taking down. But here, you could just go ahead and use this heel palm strike, or using your forearm also across the chest and take him down. One more time. Okay, let's take it from different angle. And one more time. This technique is called Gift of Destiny. It's for a handshake. Now, What we're going to do, we're going to control his wrist by putting 4 fingers on top and keeping the thumb underneath. Now this is his right hand. Now as we step forward with the right leg, right between and through his legs, we're going to collapse the elbow. We're going to shoot that inward elbow strike right to his midsection. As it makes the upper body lean forward, we're going to catch his chin with our elbow underway coming out. But now, as we step back, we're going to use our left hand, put some pressure on his right wrist to put some weight on his legs. And at the same time, we're stretching his arm, and we're going to turn. As we turn, we're going to get it to a point that both thumbs are going to end up back of his wrist, and we're going to control the wrist. Now, from here, we're going to do a heel palm strike to break the wrist. And then we're going to do a front kick to the midsection, either to the ribs or to the chest, as the right hand dropping back. Then we're going to plant forward and come up with a lifting back knuckle to the face. Let's take it again. So we're going to step in, control the wrist. 1, catch him underneath the chin. Come out. As we turn his arm, we're going to put some weight on the wrist to put the weight on the legs also. And then we're going to put both thumbs back of the wrist, break it, kick, and lifting back knuckle. Okay, Master, come up. Okay, I'm just going to go over some details with this first strikes that you do. Now, when you put 4 fingers on top and keeping your thumb down underneath, then we're going to step in and we're going to collapse the elbow. Now, from here, we're going to catch him with the elbow underneath the chin. Now, when I step back, as I step back, I'm going to turn his hand clockwise, and I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to put some pressure with my left hand. See, pushing him down to control the legs. Now, as I turn, so I already have my right thumb back of his wrist. So I'm going to turn his hand as far as it gets to a point that my left thumb comes back of his wrist also. Then I'm going to let go with the right and keep the thumb back of his wrist, go around and re-grab. Now, when we're going to put the pressure, again, we're going to turn the pressure over this way and over this outside bone to control him. Now, we're going to break the wrist by shooting the heel palm downward diagonal, and then we're going to kick to the midsection, and we're going to plant forward, coming with the lifting back knuckle. Let's go over this one more time. So we're going to go in 1, strike, come back, pull it, turn, control, break the wrist, kick, lifting back knuckle. Let's take it from this angle. So we're going in 1, 2, step back, yank, control, break, kick, and lift him up with the lifting back knuckle. Okay. Let's do this fast now. Yes, 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 yeah, yeah. Okay, let's try it again. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's take it from a different angle. Yes, 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 yeah. And one more time. Yes, 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 yeah. Yes, 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 yeah. Yes, 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 yeah. Next technique is called Wings of Silk. The attack is 2-arm arm lock from behind. Your opponent's behind you. Now, from this position, we're going to stomp with our left leg. We're going to stomp on top of his left foot. And at the same time, we could use our left hand to grab on top of his thigh and pinch it and catch the nerve. And at the same time, the right leg is going to do a heel kick, catching the shin or his knee, inside his right knee. And at the same time, our right hand is going to do an elbow to his face. Now, these moves are going to be done almost at the same time. As we go with the left side, we're going to shoot the right side. And right from here, we're going to step with the right leg, taking a small step. Then we're going to drop back around with the left into a deep horse stance. and that's when we control his arm and we make the break. That's your escape coming out of the arm lock. So from here, stump, heel kick, elbow, step, control his arm as we sink. Now, both you and your opponent are facing 12 o'clock and he's standing to your side. You're going to control his wrist and you're going to come up and break his elbow. Okay. Now, he's got the arm lock on you. I'm going to turn around a little bit so you can see the type of arm lock here. All right, now, from here, I'm going to stump. As I stump on his left foot, I'm going to strike here. Could be grabbing top of his thigh. Let's just turn him around a little bit. So going right on the top, right this way. Or we could be striking to the groin. Either way. Okay. So we're going with the left side of the body. And then the right side is going to be doing a heel inside his knee, catching his shin, and at the same time, elbow coming up, catching it. Now, this is how you come out of the arm lock. So we're going to stump, heel kick, come out, step, control his arm as we sink. We're going to turn it, and we're going to keep our elbow down. We're just turning the wrist so we can set up the elbow here underneath. So the next move, we're going to shoot up and straighten up the arm. That's how we snap the elbow. Okay? And one more time. Let's take it from the other side. And again. This technique is called gripping talon, and it's designed for a direct wrist grab. So his left hand is grabbing your right wrist. Now, we're going to take a step forward with our right leg into a right neutral bow as we bring the right hand over, and with the left hand, we're going to come from underneath our right hand and grab his left wrist. Now, from here, the reason we're throwing it out this way because we want to move away from his right hand. So now, as we control his wrist, we're going to come out of that wrist lock, going against the thumb also, and we're going to drop a right hammer fist down to the groin. Now, from here, we're going to shoot an inward elbow strike to his left ribs, and then right from that, we're going to drag up and go to an outward elbow strike, catching the ribs again. Okay, now, from here, we're going to buckle inside his left knee. As we buckle, the right hand is going to go over his head, and it's going to be on the right side of his head. As we buckle, we're going to punch down and push his head down. Now, from this strike, as soon as we bring him down, we're going to knee strike to his face, and we're going to cover out. As we start to cross over out, we're going to use our right hand with a hammer fist or a heel palm strike. We're going to snap his left elbow, and we're going to step out. Okay. We're going to take this from this angle one more time. From a wrist grab, we're going to come up, hammer fist, elbow in, drag up, elbow out, buckle, punch, knee to his face, cross over out with the hammer fist strike to his left elbow. Good. Okay. Now, it's for a direct grab. Let's take it the first time from this angle so you can see some details here. Now, as I come up, I'm going to grab. My left hand is going to go underneath my right hand on the top end, grabbing his wrist. And I'm going to go against his thumb to come out. As I come out, I'm going to do a hammer fist strike to the groin. Now I'm going to slip the elbow, catch him with the elbow to his ribs. As I drag up, my elbow is going to go out with my drag up. Now when I buckle inside his knee, I'm going to punch down. Now this punch is kind of like vertical, catching the side of his face and his ear. But when it shoots down, it turns into a straight punch. So as we drag up and the elbow goes out, we buckle, we're going to punch vertical and then right turn it into a straight punch. Now,
As soon as you bring him down, there's going to be a quarter timing here. That when you buckle and you bring his face down, boom, the knee is going to come right back up. So we're going to drop, shoot right back up. And then on the way out, we're going to use the hammer fist, okay, to break his elbow, and we're going to cross out. Let's take it from this angle one more time. Come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now we're going to take it from this angle. Come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Coming out. Okay, now we're going to do it a little bit faster. Yeah. And one more time. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take it from the other side. Yeah. And one more time. Yeah. Next technique is called gathering clouds. This is for a step-through right punch coming at you. Now, we're going to step forward with our left leg towards 10 o'clock, going into a left neutral bow. At the same time, we're going to shoot the left inward block outside of his right punch. Now, also at the same time, as he coming with the right punch and his upper body turning, coming at you, the right side of his body, we're going to step, and at the same time that we block it, we're going to shoot the right hand. Now, it's vertical. We could be using the knuckle. We could be using the middle knuckle. Okay, it's up to you. Now, when we turn, we're going to strike to the ribs. Now, from the neutral bow, we're going to sink into a forward bow as we shoot a right outward hand sword to the kidney. Now, right from here, we're going to leave the hand sword on the kidney, and we're going to keep the check outside of his right arm. And then with the right leg, we're going to get around his right leg, and we're going to buckle it and spread him out a little bit. We don't want to take him down all the way. So from here, we're going to collapse the elbow as we get around, and we spread him apart. Now, this is going to cause him to be right in front of you, so when you pull into a right cat stance, as your left hand goes on top of his right to check it, and your right hand is going to drop down and around on top, catching his eye. Now, we're going to either catch the eye or to the throat. At the same time, from this position, when we're going to pull out and tear the eye with the right hook, here, we're going to use our right leg to scoop the groin. And these two actions are going to be at the same time. Now, as we do this, we're going to step out and shoot a heel palm, keeping him away from us. So we're going to go 1, 2, chop to the kidney, drop the elbow, collapse it to the ribs as we take his leg, front leg a little bit. We're going to check on top, and we're going to eye poke and scoop coming out. And one more time. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming out. Okay. Master, come up, please. Also, this technique could be done in 2 different ways. If he stepped through with the right leg when he's throwing the right punch, then we get around him and work the technique being behind him. Okay, if he's coming with the right hand, but it's a shuffle type of a punch, which his right leg is behind, then that's fine also. Now we're going to collapse the elbow in front, and he's going to be facing us when we scoop and catch the eye coming out. Okay, now let's take it both ways. He shoots the right punch coming through, block, strike. As we strike, we'll go back to the kidney. Now we're going to get around and collapse the elbow at the same time we buckle, take that knee. So now I can square off right behind him as I check. Going to catch the eye and come out. Okay, let's take it from a different angle now. So shoots the right punch. We block and hit right down underneath. Now, as soon as this hits, you're going to shoot right back to the kidney. Now, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to clasp the elbow as I get around. Okay? Now, from here, I'm going to check the arm out. As I catch the eye, we're going to scoop out and together come right out. Okay? If he was to shuffle forward when we catch him, now we strike back to the ribs here, clasp the elbow into him, check. Now we're going to scoop and catch the eye as we come out. And now we have it in front of us to continue. Okay, now we're going to do this technique fast. Step through. One more time. Take it from a different angle. Yeah, one more time. This technique is called destructive twins. It's for a two-hand grab, pull in. Now, again, we're going to use that borrowed force. As you pull it, we're going to step into him with the right leg into a right neutral bow, and we're going to strike with the double fist. One is going to the midsection, and the other one is going right bridge of the nose. So if you look at it from the side, your front toes and both your punches got to be lined up. So now, right from here, as your right leg steps, your right hand's going to go right above it and strike. We're not going to have this strike coming from outside. It's going to be right on top of your right leg as your left hand strikes right on top, bridge of the nose. Now, at the same time that you're striking with your arms, you want to work your wrist and get your wrist involved also, dropping it into. So now, right from here, we're going to take our right leg and we're going to step off a little bit. When you step off, don't step back. We're just going to work that same line and step off to the side just to create a little bit of a distance here so we could come around with the right inward block and a left outward block and clear his arms out of the way. Now, from here, we're going to do an inward block outside of his left punch or left arm, and we're going to come with the left hand, clear it with the vertical outward. Now, as soon as we complete our vertical outward, we're going to turn it and extend it into an eye poke. At this point, we're into a right forward bow. We're still facing 12 o'clock, but this finger poke is going to catch his eyes. It's kind of like shooting towards 11 o'clock. Then from here, we're going to sink into a horse stance or a neutral bow as we check his arm, and we're going to punch to the ribs. Okay? Let's take this from the top one more time. We're going to step in, strike. We're going to step off, inward, outward, shoot the eye poke, and then sink into a horse stance, punch to the ribs. Now, what I meant by getting your wrist involved is if I'm striking here, right at the last moment, I'm going to turn my wrist into him and push up with the knuckles. Now, at the same time, when this hand is striking, now right at the end, we're going to involve the wrist and we're going to push down. So it's like you're striking and you want to go through his body and bring both your fists together to complete your circle. Obviously, you're not going to go through his body, but you're going to be creating a lot of pain using your wrist also. Now, I'm going to go back to this angle. So, you're going to grab, two-hand pull in. We're going to step as we strike, stretch his arms, push him back. Now, I'm going to step off just a little bit as I come around to inward, outward, and clear his arms out of the way. Now, right from here, as soon as I complete this outward block, it's going to flip and catch his eye. And then from here, I'm going to check his arm and hit him to the body. Okay? We're going to do this one more time. 1, step off, 2, 3, catch the eye, and 4. Let's take it from a different angle. Two-hand grab, pull in. We're going to step in. 1, step off, 2, 3, eye poke, and 4. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we're going to take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir, sir. Yes, sir, sir. Okay, let's take it from the other side. Yes, sir, sir. Yes, sir, sir. Yes, sir, sir. Yes, sir, sir. This technique is called broken ram. It has a lot of similarities to charging ram. But the thing is, this time when we try and get the opponent out of the way to clear him out, his arm is going to come around you and grab you by the waist. Okay? So now, we're going to take it from a right fighting stance. As we're going to step off, do an outward hand sword with the back leg, with the left leg. We're going to go up the circle and do a left outward hand sword to the left side of his face. And we're going to pivot in place into a right neutral bow as we do a right inward hand sword back of the neck. Now, from here, his arm is going to come around you and grab you. That's actually his left arm. So from here, we're going to sink into a forward bow right in place as we go around, and we're going to shoot this uppercut to snap his elbow and dislocate the shoulder. And from a neutral bow facing 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we're going to drop into a left forward bow facing 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Sink right in place. Now, from this position, we're going to drag up. As we drag up, we're going to scoop the groin, and we're going to use the back knuckle to the ribs or a hammer fist to the ribs at the same time. We're starting 2 circles coming up. Now, as these circles start to come on up, we're going to buckle the knee with the right leg circling down, and we're going to shoot a forearm strike or elbow strike to the left side of his face going down. Now we're going to take it from a different angle. From here, we're going to step off, strike to the side of his neck, and unwind and chop him. From here, we're going to sink right in place and shoot that and break his elbow. As he starts to come forward and up, we're going to drag up. We're going to drag up and scoop at the same time and catch his ribs as we scoop. Then we're going to buckle inside his left knee, and we're going to shoot the forearm right down the side of his face, or we could be shooting a hammer fist to the heart. Okay, Master, come up. Let's take it from this angle first. Okay, he's going to come out of this charge. I'm going to strike him side of the face, side of the neck. Then I'm going to unwind and catch him with the hand sword. This might stop his momentum from going forward. Now, from here, right in place, I'm going to drop into a forward bow. As I shoot this uppercut strike, I'm going to break his elbow and dislocate the shoulder. Now, from here, as I catch his ribs with the back knuckle or a hammer fist, see, this hand is coming out and up around in a circular motion, and your leg is doing the same circular motion, coming up, scoop, and going down to buckle. We're just going to put them together. So from here, we're going to drag up, come out, and buckle. Shoot the forearm right across his face, or it could be a hammer fist to the heart. Okay, we're going to take this again from the top. We go 1 and 2, break 3, drag up, scoop, strike, buckle, and strike. Okay, let's take this from this angle. Okay, you're going to come at us. We're going to step off, break, drag up, scoop, and buckle, catching him right across the face. Okay, now, let's do this technique a little bit faster. We're going to take it from this angle. Yes, 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 yes. One more time. Yes, 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 yes. Let's take it from this side. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and one more time. Yes, 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 yes.
This technique is called circling the horizon. It's for a right step-through punch. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to imagine a triangle. We're going to work off this triangle. The punch is coming from front, from 12 o'clock. We're going to step off with the left leg towards 10 o'clock. And then we're going to bring the right leg around into a cat. And then we're going to sink forward with it. So we're going to work this 3 points here. If you take 1 point, 2, and 3, and these are going to be the 3 points on the off the triangle. We're going to step to this point. We're going to pull to cat and step and sink to the other point. So now, as we step to 10 o'clock, we're going to do a left inward carry. We're going to ride that punch. And as we bring him in, we're going to pull to cat, and the right hand is going to come from the side and shoot a vertical punch to his face. That's where we stop his momentum. Now, from here, we're going to step to the third point of the triangle. As we sink into our stance, we're going to let this right hand just roll around. We're going to clasp the elbow right to his ribs, coming down, as we check with the left hand on top. Now, from here, we're going to sink into a kneel stance. It's going to be a white kneel stance right in place. As we sink, we're going to check with the left hand, and the right hand is going to back knuckle back of his right knee, right from here. So from the elbow, sink, back knuckle back of the knee. Now, right from the back knuckle, we're going to use the rich hand, and we're going to right his body coming up, and we're going to catch him with the rich hand to the throat, coming straight up. Okay, let's take this from the top. Step off. 1, come around. 2, and sink the elbow in. 3, catch him back of the knee, and then come up with the ridge hand right to his throat. Okay, let's take it from this angle. Now, it comes with the right punch. We're going to step off and ride this punch, and we're going to invite him in, let him come in so we can stop him with the vertical punch. So again, now, what I want you to do is just keep coming slowly in. I'm going to do this technique slow. So as he keeps coming in and we slide off, we're going to stop him with the vertical punch, and then we're just going to roll the elbow around to the ribs as we keep checking with the left hand. Now we're going to sink into a kneel stance, catch him back of the knee. Now, when you catch him back of the knee, it kind of straighten up the upper body a little bit because of this move right here. Now, from here, we're just going to ride his body coming up to the throat. Okay? Let's take this again. We're going to come around. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and come up. 5. Okay, let's take it from a different angle. Going to shoot the right punch. Come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. To the throat. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now one thing I'd like to show you guys is, let's take it from this angle. Shoot the right punch. Now, when you get around it, I don't want you to come around and circle around this arm. When you strike, I want you to go through this arm. So when we step off, if it's on your way and you can't see that target in a straight line, you're going to go through this elbow, and with your forearm, going to strike it and take your straight line, clear the path for your strike catching his face. Now, if you parry and you hook on top of his arm when you step, you might be able to make an elbow snap here as you catch his face. Okay, now we're going to do this technique. We're going to pick up some speed. Yes, yeah. And one more time. Yes, yeah. And we're going to take it from the other side. Yes, yeah. And again. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yes. That's it. We're going to work on long form 2. That's a required form for blue belt. First, we're going to indicate the form, long form 2. And from here, we're going to go to salutation. Open. And now from here, we're going to go to meditating horse stance. Now, this has a lot of similarities to short form 2. It's kind of like short form 2. There's some other moves that's been added to it also. Now, we're going to take it from top. From here, facing 12 o'clock, we're going to step forward and do a right inward block. Now, if you remember in short form 2, we had the left hand staying up as a check. In long form 2, we're going to pull it back to the side. So the first step, step into a right neutral bow. We're doing a right inward block. Left hand's pulled to the side. From here, we're going to go to a right outward hand sword. And then shooting right from your center line here, meaning you're not going to pull your hand to the side and shoot off your shoulder. When you do your block and chop, right from your center line, this is where you drop into a right forward bow, and you're going to strike with the 3-finger pokes. And from here, we're going to go back to our right neutral bow and 3-finger pokes to the midsection. This is vertical, going to the midsection. Now, from here, we're going to do a left step through forward into a left neutral bow as you shoot a left inward block, left outward hand sword. We're going to drop into a left forward bow, and off the center line from here, we're going to shoot a right thrusting 3-finger poke. This is horizontal. Now, from here, go back to the left neutral bow as we shoot the 3-finger strike vertical.
Now, pull the left leg into a cat stance, left 45-degree cat stance, and your hands go to the side. Right hand, left hand on top. Now, we're going to step with the left leg, facing 9 o'clock into a left neutral bow. Again, your upper body is going to be in a forward bow. Okay, you want to reach with the punch. Both hands even. Now, from here, we're going to throw a left straight punch and right. Now, we're going to shoot a left vertical jab to the midsection, and at the same time, we're going to strike with the edge of the foot. Okay, that's like your knife edge. And we're going to strike to the shin as we go vertical jab to the body. Okay, one move. Now, we're going to pull the right leg into a cat stance. This is going to be a right 45-degree cat stance. And we're going to step up, facing 3 o'clock as we block right vertical outward, left punch. And again, upper body is in a forward bow. Your stance is a neutral bow. Going to throw a right punch, left punch. And again, we shoot a right vertical jab as we use the edge of the foot to catch the shin. And we're going to strike together. Now, from here, we're going to take the left leg and we're going to cross behind towards 430. So we're going to unwind and be in a neutral bow, left neutral bow facing 6 o'clock. Going to take it from this angle. Now, let's say we've crossed behind, and I turn, and I'm facing 6 o'clock now in a left neutral bow. I'm going to do a universal block here. Since I'm blocking the kick kind of to the outside, the front hand is going to be low, and my back hand is going to be up high. Universal block. Now, I'm going to drop into a forward bow. As I drop into a forward bow, the left hand is going to come up like a reverse claw, pulling up. And at the same time, the right hand is going to do a downward hammer fist. The target is going to be growing. So from here, we're sinking into a forward bow, pull the claw up, hammer fist to the groin. Now, right from your forward bow, you're going to sink into your horse stance. And as you do that, your elbow is going to collapse right in front of your center line, and your claw is going to drop right in front of your center line also. So from forward bow to a horse, as we sink, drop the claw. And then we're going to come up with the right hand strike. This strike could be straight up, or it could be coming over in a circular motion. Now we're going to do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Now from here, I'm going to take the back leg with my right leg. I'm going to step off. Now this part of it, I'm going to take it from here that we did this side. Now the next move is going to be back leg stepping off, and we're going to face 12 o'clock. As we face 12 o'clock, we're in a right neutral bow, and we're going to do the universal block. Now from here, your upper body turn could be in a forward bow. As we pull the right hand as a reverse claw, we're going to drop the left hammer fist to the groin, and we're going to drop into a right forward bow. Then we're going to sink into a horse stance as we collapse the elbow and claw right in front of the center line. Now we're facing 10 o'clock, 10:30, at 45. Then we're going to come up with the uppercut strikes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, from this position, we're going to take the front leg and step over with it to face the 45. As we shoot the downward block, and we're going to come up with the left hand. After the downward block, we're going to knuckle. Use the 2 big knuckles, and we're going to catch him side of the face. Okay, it's going to loop right up. And then we're going to drop into a forward bow. Now, from here, as we kick with the right leg, doing a right ball kick, left punch is going to, we're going to throw a left straight punch. And then we're going to plant forward. After we kick, snap it back, plant forward. As I plant forward with my right leg towards the 45, I'm going to throw a right vertical jab to the body, midsection. From here, I'm going to pull to cat, and we're going to step off to this 45, doing a right downward block, being in a right neutral bow. Hit with the knuckles. From here, we're going to pull up, strike with the knuckles, side of the face, reverse punch to the midsection. Then we're going to go kick punch and step in, left vertical jab, facing this 45. From here, we're going to change 180-degree angle, facing towards 132 o'clock. As I do a left front crossover, I'm striking with the left hand. This is a horizontal punch, but it's got to come up. I don't want it to go out too far. Keep it right to the side of your face, pretty much. and your right hand either is pulled to the side or is checking in front of you. Either way, it doesn't matter. Now, from here, if it's in front of you, when you step forward with your right leg, you shoot your right upward block from there. And if it's to the side, because it's like a combination, there's not going to be any pause. From here, as we cross over, we step out with the right leg. And we do a right upward block. Now, from here, we're going to do a one-finger post. We're going to do 3 of them. Now, what I want you to do, just turn your upper body to reach with the back hand, which is, in this case, it's your left hand. Now, when we do this, one finger, eye poke, then let your right hand come on top of it, so we're guiding. Okay, now the left hand is going to guide the right hand, and then the right hand is going to guide the left hand for the one finger poke. Now, when we end up with the left hand out, then we're going to cross over with the right leg, front crossover, and we're going to go to a 45-degree angle here, which is 1030, and we're going to strike with the right hand, right fist. Now, at the same time that we do this, we're going to step out with the left leg towards the 45 and do an upward block, left upward block. Now we're going to shoot our one-finger eye pokes again, starting with the right hand, 1, left hand guiding on top, and right hand again. Now, from here, we're going to drop away from the same 45 that we're facing, 1030. But as we drop away with the front leg, it's going to be a left rear twist. As the front leg drops, the front hand is going to do a downward block with the outside of the fist, palm up. So we're going to drop back into a left rear twist as we block with the left hand. We're going to unwind into a right neutral bow, and at the same time, we're going to shoot the right vertical jab to the midsection. Now again, as my front leg, which is right leg, drops into a right rear twist stance, my right hand is going to do a downward block, palm up. And then I'm going to unwind into a left neutral bow as I do a left vertical jab. Now from this 45, I'm going to take my back leg and step off, so I'm going to face 130, 2 o'clock again. From 1030, back leg steps off, and I'm going to face 130 as I block with the inside of the wrist. Now, as I block with the inside of the wrist, it's a downward block. I'm going to come up with the left vertical outward, and from here, I'm going to snap a jab. Then I'm going to drop back, left step through reverse, as I block with inside of the right arm. This is a downward block. It's going to come out into a right vertical outward, and I'm going to do a vertical jab here. Now, from here, we're going to drop into a forward bow. It's a right forward bow. As I shoot a heel palm strike to the midsection, it's going also diagonal down and away from me. And then I'm going to step forward with a claw into a left neutral bow. Again, we're going to work this 45-degree angle. This time, we're going to go forward. From the claw, I'm going to drop into a left forward bow, right heel palm strike, step out, step through, forward with the right leg into a right neutral bow, and we'll do a claw. And we'll do this one more time. Right forward bow, left step through into a left neutral bow, and we do a claw. Then from here, we're going to drop into a left forward bow, shoot a reverse punch to the midsection, and unwind and go into a left neutral bow as we shoot a left inward block. And we're going to check. As we check, we're going to drop back. And this is a left rear twist stance. And with that, we're going to drop back and do a right inward overhead elbow strike. Now, from here, we're going to do a right rear twist stance and do a left inward overhead elbow strike. Then from here, we're going to drop back. So we're going to unwind and into a horse stance facing 12 o'clock. So from this 45, this time we're going to drop back and off. And as we go to a horse stance, we're going to do a sandwich. Okay, make sure your left hand striking and right hand you make a fist, palm down right in front of you. And then from here, we're going to do a double outward blocks. I'm sorry, this is outward elbows. And then from here, I'm going to do a come to the center line. As I do a right back elbow, I'm going to do a left upward elbow. Going up at the same time, and we're going to drop into a meditating horse, and we're done with the form. You finish it with your salutation. And close.
I want you to remember that these are not the only application. Now, if I go over a technique, show you how we're doing these strikes, we could be striking to different targets also. Now, we're going to take it from the top. You guys at this point know your 5-sword technique, how we strike with the palm of the hand and with the uppercut. And in the form now, we're striking with the fingers. Okay, so it's just a different way of doing it. You're going to have to build up your fingers also. When he comes with the right punch, we're going to block. Now, your left hand is just pull to the side. Chop, strike to the eye, and to the body. Now, we're going to work the left side. Step forward, block, chop, finger strike, and to the body. Now, I'm going to pull to cat, step off here, catch that punch. As I punch him, and punch, punch. Now, here when I shoot the vertical jab, I'm going to catch him to the shin also. So, from here, next move is going to be together. Now, I'm going to pull to cat and step off, work inside the body here. Punch, punch. I'm going to vertical jab here, catch that shin together. Okay, now from here, I'm going to cross behind and turn, catching a roundhouse kick. I'm just going to take it from a different angle so you see what I'm doing. Okay, let's take it from here. Let's say if he was to throw the roundhouse kick. When I check it, now right from here, we're going to drop the hammer fist to the groin. So again, he shoots the roundhouse kick. We block it, kick to the groin. While his leg is still up in the air, then I'm going to drop the claw, and then I'm going to come out with the 3 strikes. 1, 2, 3. Now, in the form, we were at this point that we did this combination. Now I'm going to step off, okay, shoot me a left roundhouse kick. As I block the kick, hammer fist to the groin, and then I'm going to claw. 1, 2, and 3 strikes. Now, I'm going to step off here, doing a downward block, blocking his kick coming at me. As I block the kick, I'm going to come up, and with the knuckles, I'm going to catch him side of the head. So I block his kick, come up, hit side of the head, go to a forward bow. Now I'm going to kick punch and step forward, vertical jab. Pull to cat and work the other side. Now I'm blocking his left kick. Come up side of the face, punch to the body, kick punch, and step forward, vertical jab. Now from behind, when I make a 180-degree turn, okay, if it's a grab or a punch, or I could be checking and stepping into him. Hit him with the punch, then I'm going to step through. Okay, if it was an overhead strike, I could be blocking it. If not, my upward block is just going to open into his body. And then I'm going to go with the 1-finger eye strike, 1, and you're going to let each hand guide it. And then we're going to cross over and take the other angle. Okay, as I cross over into him and open, then eye strike, 1, 2, and 3. Now, he's going to throw a right kick at me. As he throws the right kick, I'm going to drop back and block it. And I'm going to unwind, hit that kidney. Now, throw the left kick. We're going to block it and strike and hit the kidney. Now, from this angle, he's going to throw a left kick. As I step off, block with inside the wrist, and he's going to throw a right punch. We're going to catch the punch. So this is a combination. It's going to be left kick, right punch, and vertical jab. Now, he's coming with the right kick, left punch, and vertical jab. Now, as soon as I hit him with the vertical jab, I'm going to drop into a forward bow, heel palm strike to the body, and claw. And heel palm strike. We do this 3 times. And one more time. Okay, now come back up here. After the last heel palm strike, we're going to go to a forward bow, hit him to the midsection, and our inward block is going to turn into a strike and hit him side of the head. Now we're going to control the head, bring him in, with an elbow strike over the back, bring him in, overhead elbow strike in the back, okay? Now from here, I'm just going to turn so we get it from this angle. I'm going to grab the chin, and I'm going to drop the elbow and snap the neck. Now, from here, we're going to finish it.
As I grab the chin and bring him up, I'm going to step into my horse stance. That's where the sandwich comes. And you sandwich here, and we could use the claws and tear. And then we're going to grab here as we shoot an upward elbow. It's good, pull to the side. And then our left hand over right when we meditate, that's your last strike. And then you close. Okay. Thank you, Masu. That's it.
We're going to go over striking sets. Now, what this set is going to teach you is how, if your punch, let's say it's blocked or parried or checked, how you could find a different path. And without stopping and starting a new motion, you could just roll around and come up and take a different path and strike. Now, we're going to take this from top, from a tension stance, and we're going to take it into a meditating horse, back to a training horse. Now, from here, first we're going to go singles with the right hand, left hand, and then we're going to do a double with both hands. And then to the sides, we're going to go singles, right hand and left hand, and then we're going to go double to the side, and then we're going to finish the set. So from here, we're going to take a straight punch, so a right straight punch in front of you. And then from here, where your elbow is not going to move, pretty much your right hand is going to come right on top, back knuckle strike. So from the punch, we're going to roll it over on top and shoot a back knuckle strike. And then we're going to do the same thing with the left hand. And then roll it right over with the back knuckle strike. Now, we're going to go down from here. We're going to do a straight punch, and this time we're going to go down with a hammer fist. So, straight punch and roll it underneath, do a hammer fist to the groin. We're going to do the same thing with the left hand. Strike, hammer fist to the groin. Now, right hand, this time we're going to loop up. And we're going to use the knuckles, big knuckles here. Come, loop it right up on top. Let's say you're catching side of the head. And then we're going to do it with the left hand and loop it on top. Then we're going to shoot the right hand, and we're going to hammer fist in circular motion, and we're going to cut down this way. And we're going to shoot a left punch and left hammer fist coming down. Now we're going to do all these moves again, but we're going to do it with both hands at the same time. So 2 punches and straight up strike, and 2 punches and hammer fist down low. And 2 punches, and we're going to loop it on top. And go double punches again, and we're going to cut with the hammer fist low. Now we're going to do these strikes to the side. We're going to start with the vertical. All your strikes to the side, this is going to be a vertical jab to the midsection. The palm of the hand is facing away from you. So we do a right vertical, and then we're going to loop on top with the back knuckle, left vertical, and come up on top. Then the right hand vertical and hammer fist down low. And left vertical, hammer fist down low. Now, right vertical, and we're going to loop up, hit with the knuckles. And same thing with the left hand. Loop up, hit with the knuckles. And right hand, going to vertical, come straight down from your vertical jab, straight down with the hammer fist, cut low. And with the left hand, hammer fist cut low. Now we're going to do these double with both hands. Vertical jabs out, back knuckles on top, vertical jabs and hammer fist down low. Vertical jab and loop and strike with your knuckles on top. And again, vertical jab and cut with the hammer fist down low. Now from here, we're going to finish the set by going into a tension stance as we shoot the straight punches. We're going to come on top and go down low and loop on top and cut down low with the hammer fist and pull to the training horse stance. Back into your meditating horse stance, and we're going to close into an attention stance and bow. Now, what I meant by finding a different path, let's say, stand in front of me. Let's say I throw a punch at him, and he's going to do a left inward block. He's going to do a right inward block and block the punch. So as he blocks it, all I can do is just roll it over, come on top. So this was the first move that we do in striking set, where your strike is blocked, and it's just rolling over. Okay? Now, if he was to block the punch, and as I roll over, he blocks it with the other hand. Okay? Now I could either go down low, or I could come and loop up. And as I loop up, if his other hand comes up to check the looping motion here, then I could come down and strike down low. So all it's showing is just a new opening for you.
So once again, he checks, and boom, I could come right on top, or around, or down. Low strike this way, okay? So that's what you're practicing. Thank you. Now, the same thing goes for if you're striking to the side, and it's checked on top, you just come right on top and strike.
Now we're going to go over finger set 1. This set you're going to be staying in your horse stance, and we're going to go over some finger strikes, claws, heel palms, different finger pokes with 1 finger, 2 finger, and 3 finger. We're going to take it from an attention stance. We're going to drop into a meditating horse, pull into a training horse. Now from here, right hand is going to be doing a 3-finger strike to the eye. Left hand, then we're coming with the right vertical, straight in front of you. 3-finger strike with the left hand, and then we're going to cross it, kind of uppercut, coming this way, palm up, and strike. Now we're going with a 2-finger strike over the shoulder. As you strike over the shoulder, make sure your elbow is right in front of your center line and is parallel with the ground, not up or down this way. Keep it parallel with the ground. From here, we're going to the 2-finger strike over your shoulder with your left hand. Now, your right hand is going to go on top, and now both hands are going to come back together. As they come together with the back of the fingers, you're going to be catching the eyes as you whip them this way. Now, as soon as they strike, you're going to continue in a circle and come up with a 2-finger strike. So from here, we're going to hit, come right up. We go up, hit again. Now, from here, we're going to go right hand on top of the left, and we're going to do the double heel palms, and we're going to check down and diagonal into the opponent. But as you start your straight line going down, you want to circle it right at the end, coming into your body and up and across over this way, right hand on top of the left, and we're going to do a 1-finger strike. Okay, so let's take it from this point where we go up, we strike, come up, check. As we check down and back in, strike out. Now from here, your left hand is going to drop in a positional check, check in the midsection. Right from here, as your left hand drops, your right hand pulls into a crane. Now make sure your crane is not going to be way back here. I want you to keep it right in front where if you're looking straight, you still be able to see your weapon. Now from here, we're going to strike with back of the fingers, catching the eye as we whip this way. And then we're going to let the right hand go into a positional check in front of your center line, and left hand pulls into crane. And we strike with the left hand. Striking this way, turning. Now from here, your left hand drops and your right hand is straight down to your side. Again, all these positions, your fingers are pointing away from you. We check with the left hand, and from here, we're going to strike to the groin or to the body this way. We turn, and we're going to check with the right hand. We strike with the left hand, back of the fingers. Now, right from here, we're going to clear with the right hand. As we clear to the side, we're going to come up with the 2-finger slicing eye strike, palm of the hand up. Now, as you come up and your elbow reaches your center line, then you're going to pretty much keep the elbow there and just work the wrist. With your wrist, we're going palm up, palm down, slice over, and slice under again. Then we're going to grab and hook and pull out. Okay. Now, from here, the left hand is going to come up, slice, palm up. Then we're going to go over. Pretty much keep that elbow in front of your center line. 1, 2, 3 underneath, and we're going to grab and we're going to pull. Now, right from here, as we pull, we're going to a heel palm. As we do the heel palm strike, we're going to go to the claw. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do it with the left hand. Heel palm strike. See how the fingers are pointing away. Then we're going to claw going in. 1, out, 2, and back in 3. Now we're going to end up here. Now from here, right hand is going to do a claw in front of you, catching the bridge of the nose. Let's keep it your own face level. Now, as you do this with the right hand, your left hand is going to do a claw, heel palm. This is kind of lifting to the groin behind you. 1, and then we're going to go 2. I'm going to turn around, do it from a different angle. After these heel palm strikes, when we claw, we're going to hit the groin behind this way. 1. And we're going to go 2. As we hit with the left hand, now the right hand strikes to the groin using the claw strike. Okay? So we're going to take it back from here. We've done the claws.
Okay, we're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we're going to go in front of you to the groin and behind you to the groin also. 1 and 2. Now from here, we come up with the right hand in front of us, palm up, both palms up, and then we go into a reverse claw, striking with the thumbs to the eyes. Okay, and then we're going to go double claws to the sides. From here, your hands come to your side. You're going to do a right strike, 2-finger poke with the right hand, and the left hand striking, and then we're going to come up to a left or right, meditating horse, close to an attention stance, and bow. We're done with finger set. All right, now I'm going to take it from the top. If you got a partner and you're going to practice it standing in front of each other, it's a good way of practicing because you got some targets. You just got to have to make sure that you're watching your control. Now, from here, the first strikes to the eye, 1, 2, 3-finger strike. Then we're going to the body straight. Then we're going to the midsection. We're going to cross shoot this way. Okay, now we're coming finger poke over. If I had a person behind me and I was going on top, over my shoulder to strike. Now we're doing the other side. Okay, over the shoulder, 2-finger eye strike. Now, from here, I'm going up 1, 2, and I'm going to come up. Now I'm going to whip. As I whip, I'm going to hit right on top of the eye. Now I'm just going to strike on top of his body. So from here, I'm going to hit this way on top of the eyes. As I hit, I'm going to come up to the 2-finger eye strike. So from this position, I'm going to hit on top of the eyes, and then I'm going to come up, circle up, 2-finger eye strike. Then I'm going to check. When I put the, just a bit here, when I put the, do the check from the 2-finger eye strike, right hand on top of the left, I'm going to do a circle here, but this circle is going to open to his body and come up. So when I do the check, I'm going to drop it into his body and come up with a 1-finger eye strike. Okay? Make sure when you're practicing this set, your hands are not going to be this far apart. Okay? They've got to be close. This is the distance between 2 eyes, so you got to keep your weapons close. So 2-finger, check, come up, 1 finger. Then from here, I go to a checking position as I pull to the crane and strike with the back of the finger. 1. Check to crane and strike with the back of the finger. 2. Check, and now we're going to strike with the back of the finger, striking to the groin. And check and striking to the groin. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to clear down. As I clear down, I'm going to come up with an eye slice. We're going to go underneath, over and inside, and underneath, and then we're going to grab and pull. Okay, now we're going to do it with the other hand. Remember, your elbow's got to stay in front of your center line. So from here, when I clear and I come up, strike, boom, striking this way, slice underneath, over, underneath, grab, pull. We do it with the left hand. Slice underneath, over, underneath, grab, and pull. Then we go to the heel palm strike. We're going to claw. 1, 2, 3. Heel palm strike. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to heel palm strike. This is actually a claw. Bridge of the nose. Tear down. 1 as I strike to the groin behind me. So there's 1, 2. Okay? So if I was to do the claws in front of me, I'm striking to the groin this way. Now when you do the strike, it's hitting and it's kind of lifting up a little bit also. So we're going 1 and 2. Okay, now I'm going to strike to the groin in front of me as I'm striking to the groin behind me. I'm going to just turn around. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to come up, reverse claw, and I'm going to shoot the thumbs right to the eyes. Then I'm going to claw to the side. This is, if I did catch somebody in front of you, then you're going to catch a guy to the side. Okay, now, from the claws to the side, you're going to come to the side, and going to strike with the 2-finger. Now, we could go to the eyes, outside of the eyes. We could go side of the head and strike. We could go down underneath here, or it could be straight, striking with the fingers. Okay, So we go from the reverse clock, cross to the side, to your side, 1, 2, and your left or right. That's your left or right. And you close, and you're done with this set. Okay. Thank you, Master. I'm sure you enjoyed studying these videos, and I enjoy teaching them to you. If you have any questions or you need further information about personal training or seminars, please contact me at the address and phone numbers listed at the end of the video. Thank you.